Welcome back to the channel. Now this is probably the video most of you were waiting for. This is what I would consider to be tools, okay? Now I did show you when I was going through the pouches on the backpack itself that I did have a multi-tool. It's not on the table right now, but it should be because it's a part of the tools. You want to get yourself a multi-tool that's going to allow you to, do whatever it is you need to do. You need one. That's just what it is. All right. So we're going to start out with a good pair of binoculars. Now, these aren't a high-powered binocular. It is not. This is one of the cheaper Ozark Trail binoculars that I got from Walmart in the camping section. Okay. Now, these binoculars will work just fine. I'm not bird watching. I'm not, doing any scouting for hunting or anything like that. These will do the trick if I need to see, a pretty well distance. And I can't remember what the ratio on these were, but I will tell you, this is one of the cheaper ones, Ozark Trail. I did get it from Walmart, like I said. And I apologize. I don't know what the specs are on it, but it works out. Another Walmart purchase was I think this is Ozark Trail as well. Now, this is a machete. Not everyone's gonna need a machete. Yeah, it's an Ozark Trail. You see right there. You probably don't think you need it, but when you're in the bush and you're trying to hack a way to carve a path so you can get through, you're gonna wish you had one of these. Not to mention in a self-defense situation, I think this will, it'll go a long way. So grab yourself a machete. The good thing about the bag itself is it does have MOLLE strapping on it. So with this type of machete, obviously if they come with the sheath, you're gonna have this loop. You can just loop that in. This was also attached to the side of my bag. And that's where this thing lives. That's where it lives, on the side of the bag. The next tool that you're absolutely gonna need is a good knife. Now, I went and I got myself, and I'm not gonna lie to you, this is a pretty expensive knife. It runs about $100. I'll see if I can find a link for this knife on Amazon. I did choose to go with a single edge. It's not double. It's a Gerber. So this is a tactical knife. It's got a nice rubber grip to it. It's not gonna slip out your hands when it's wet. So to have a decent knife, not only if you come down to the line in a self-defense situation, but to cut rope, to cook with, you need a good knife. And I've gone through several different knives, just beat the crap out of them, just so I can see for sure if they're good knives. And a lot of them, the tip will end up breaking. You'll get a lot of, damage on the edge. And this one is pretty thick and it has a nice, really well-made, sharp edge on it. I don't know if you can see the thickness on that thing, but it is pretty thick. So if you do need to do a little chopping or banging on it, it's not gonna break. Now, I'm not telling you this knife is indestructible, because it probably will break over time if you're doing a lot of stress, things with it. But for the most part, this is a really, really good knife. I do recommend it. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to get to, again, Amazon purchase. This is from Trekco. This is a shovel. It's pretty small. Obviously, you can see it fits right in this pouch. Collapsible, but you can also extend it. Now, this has been used. I've been using this, and you can see It's a little dirty. But the good thing about this is not only is it a shovel, but look at that. If you need to dig some rock, you can just set it up this way, tighten it, obviously, bang away. Or bang away this way. So this thing comes with an extender. So you're just going to extend it. And again, I've been using this, so this thing is it's pretty beat up right now as it is. But I love the fact that you can extend it. Get you some leverage while you're shoveling. And again, you may not think you need a shovel, but I'm telling you right now, you do. You do. All right. If you're going to dig out a little small pit or something to throw some wood in, you want a nice shovel that you can dig with. If you're going to lay down your tube tent for the night, you're probably going to want to go through the area. And if there's some rocks and stuff in there, you might want to rake and clean it out so you're not laying on rocks overnight. That hurts bad. So good shovel, you cannot go wrong. And it also has like a little ridge on the edge. I don't know if you can tell, it's pretty rusted, but it has a nice little sharp blade on it as well. You see the blade on the outside and then the ridges on this side. So if you did need to chop or saw something, you can do it with this. It'll work out just fine. So this is a good piece to have in your bag, 100%. All right. If you can, and I stress, if you can, I absolutely would recommend that you get your pistol permit, okay? Go through the firearms safety class, learn as much as you can, and get your pistol permit. Because the next tool that you're gonna need, and this is like something that you should keep on you at all times, if you have the permit for it, okay? Go through all the safety measures, go do it legally, okay? I'm not telling anyone to go out and try to purchase a firearm. That is not what I'm doing. If you can, get yourself a pistol permit, go ahead and do so. And this is the last piece that I have for your tools, also your self-defense. What I have here is a Glock 19, okay? The Glock 19 was the best choice for me. I have big hands, and I've had other firearms before in the past. I've had Kel-Tec, I've had Ruger, and I would take them to the shooting range, and the Kel-Tec was okay. It would misfire sometimes. The Ruger would constantly jam. Wasn't a fan of it. And I got my hands on a Glock. This is my second one. The first one that we shoot around, I think that was the 48, Glock 48. So a lot of target shooting, and this thing never jams. It doesn't jam. It shoots very smoothly, and I never have any problems with it. I know there are other guns out there. This is my preferred gun. I've seen so many videos where people have taken their Glocks and they've left them out just to test, dropped them in mud, left it in the water for a month, left it out in the snow over the season, pull it back out, thing fires like it's brand new, no problems with it. So that is my choice of firearm, and that's only because I don't want any problems when it comes down to me having to use this thing. I don't want to pull this thing out and try to defend myself or family or anyone, and this thing just jams up. Guess what? I'm dead. Okay? I don't need it to jam. I don't need it to misfire. I don't need any of that. And if this thing can go through all of those stress tests with the elements, the water, the mud, the snow, and it still fires, this is what I need. You can get whatever sidearm legally that better suits you. But I would, and I'm not sponsored by Glock at all. I just own it and I know how proficient this is, but I would recommend you get a Glock as a sidearm. That's just because, again, I've used it and I've never had any problems with it. Okay. So these are your tools. This is what you need. Okay. What we have here are your personal radios, okay? I picked up Baofeng. The reason I went with this is not only is it a fairly cheap radio, they're really good radios. We play with them all the time. But this came in a 4-pack and that was perfect for me. So we picked up the Baofeng radios. This is good for whomever you may be with in your group. Okay? You get you a Baofeng radio. The other radio that I have, and not everyone has this, just me, it's also a Baofeng, but this is a ham radio. Now you have to have a ham license to operate a ham radio. Ham radios travel longer distances, okay? You can communicate with people way further away than you can with something like this. This is good for, like I said, your group. You want to keep in contact with people within, 10 miles or so. This is what you use. You want to talk to people in counties, this is what you use. Now, again, I don't have a ham license. I do not use it for that reason. However, I would turn it on and you can listen. You can 100% listen. You'll get emergencies. You can pick up fire department, police department, EMT, you can pick all that stuff up on these radios. Again, you got to have a license for it. But my way of thinking is, if it's a shit hit the fan situation, I don't give a damn. Like, I'm going to use this. What are you going to do? Come hit me with a fine because I use this in the middle of a crisis? Whatever. I'm going to use it. So if it's a situation like that, then I am 100% going to use this radio. I could care less what anyone says. That would conclude the bag. We did it. So that's literally everything that is in my bug out bag / go bag / emergency bag, whatever you want to call it. That's everything that's in it. Now, if you want to get into detail, you want to look at more things, other things that could be useful, other things that could help. That's not particularly a part of the bag. I do have other things that I do and I am preparing myself with and stuff like that. Again, I'll probably do a poll. We'll do a poll and we'll see what else you would like to get into. Whether that would be storing your dry foods, canning, that kind of stuff is crazy. More with the self-defense. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Plate carrier. If you want to see more about this, you want to talk about it, you want to see what's in it, how I set it up, let me know in the poll. As far as that goes, I thank you guys so much for following along this bug out bag series. It was a lot, but we actually got through it. And I appreciate you guys coming along with me. Again, we'll do a poll. We'll see what other things you guys are interested in. if you want to see that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to switch gears and start to get into tech stuff. I've already started posting some vlogs on this channel. I appreciate you guys for watching those as well. Stick around, stick with me. We're going to go on some more crazy rides and adventures. It's starting to warm up now. It's not snowy outside anymore. The weather's starting to pick up. So I'll probably get outside and do more out there. Show you guys how to use some of this stuff. If you have any questions about how to use it, that's fine. Just drop me a comment and we'll make a video about that. But once again, I thank you guys so much. I appreciate everyone. You have no idea. I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye.